Hello, Goshen High School. I'm Sam Foote.
And I'm Daniel Adamson.
And we're bringing you your news for this week. Today, Monday, December 11th, there will be a Board of Education meeting from 7 to 9 p.m.
December 15th, there will be a mother and son event put on by the PTO. That will be from 6 to 9 at Spalding Elementary.
On December 19th, there will be a holiday choir concert from 7 to 9 p.m. in the high school auditorium.
December 18th and 19th will be exams for the semester. As well, December 20th will be the last day of school and the last day of second quarter. So keep those grades up and keep studying.
And then we will be having an extended break until January 3rd. And that's all we have for you. Now on to Trent with your weather.
Thanks, Sam. Hello, Goshen High School. I'm Trent Breath. I'm here with my co-host,
Elizabeth Short.
And we're going to bring you your weather for this week. Monday will be partly cloudy with a high of 43 and a low of 26.
And Tuesday is going to be snowing with a high of 29 and a low of 14. Be careful if you're going to be driving to school.
Wednesday will be mostly sunny with a high of 29 and a low of 23.
Thursday is going to be cloudy with a high of 37 and a low of 22.
Friday will be partly cloudy with a high of 34 and a low of 25.
Saturday also is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 44 and a low of 33.
Finishing up the week with Sunday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 48 and a low of 35.
Welcome to GNN Sports. As mentioned in our college football bowl game special segment, the Ohio State Buckeyes will be playing in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl this year as part of the New Year's Six, and they will face off against the University of Southern California Trojans. That game is December 29th with kickoff at 8:30 on ESPN. Continuing on to the NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals lost to rival Pittsburgh Steelers last Monday night on Monday Night Football. Believe it or not, the Bengals are still in playoff contention. However, their chances of making it are incredibly slim because there are multiple teams with better records in front of them. The next Bengals game is this Sunday, the 17th, when the team travels to Minnesota to take on Teddy Bridgewater and the Vikings. The Bengals-Vikings game kicks off at 1 p.m. on CBS. Moving on to hockey, the Columbus Blue Jackets are still in the top half of the Metropolitan Division despite having multiple sluggish starts this season. The Jackets have 3 upcoming games, the first being at home against Edmonton tomorrow night. After that, the biggest upcoming game for Columbus is the 14th at home against the New York Islanders, who are also a major force to be reckoned with in the Metropolitan. The Jackets then turn around and play the Hurricanes when they travel to Carolina. The Cincinnati Bearcats men's basketball team is thriving and has 2 upcoming games. The Bearcats play at home tomorrow against Mississippi State, and then again on the 16th against UCLA in Los Angeles. The Xavier Musketeers are also doing very well, which made for an interesting crosstown shootout earlier in the season. The only game that Xavier has this week is the 16th when they face off against ETSU at home with a 2 p.m. tip. Thanks for watching GNN. This has been Savannah Dewar with Sports.
Hello there, music fans. Welcome to Danny's Crescendo, and I'm Danny Wendell, your host, bringing you music news, local artist throwbacks, and under-the-radar music. First up on music news, Twitter user Talk on Road caught video of Drake performing in New Zealand, possibly a new song. Now, fans ask, could this mean a new album in upcoming years? I'll keep you updated when more information develops. For throwbacks, I am bringing you the song Cooler Than Me by Mike Posner. You may recognize this song due to its overplaying on the radio in the 2000s. Although released in 2009, its peak was at 2010 when it reached number 6 on the Billboard Top 100. Pretty impressive! Moving on to local music/artists, I am bringing you the band Satellite Flight, which is a local indie pop music that arose in Cincinnati. Satellite Flight has a YouTube channel which will be linked in the description. If you'd like, check out some of their music. It's pretty good. I recommend them. Although they haven't been active in about a year, they have a large following in Cincinnati, and I even met one of the members. Lastly, in undiscovered and on-the-radar artists, I will bring you Joji with his EP In Tongues, which released this fall 2017. The artist Joji earlier this year released Will He, which is a single off of his album In Tongues, produced by 88 Rising. Within the first week, he got 6,380,000 listens on Spotify and quickly became a sensation on YouTube in everyone's recommended and even in the trending tab. If you enjoy slow music, then you'll probably enjoy Joji. Give it a listen if you'd like.
These are some quick video game recommendations for this holiday season. I won't go too into depth with them, but I'm just going to list off the names and you can research them on your own time if you wish. The first game I'd like to recommend is Pokemon Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, if you haven't already got the Pokemon game, Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are really different story-wise, but mechanic-wise they are. The next video game I'd like to recommend is Super Mario Odyssey. Been lots of good praise about that series, and it's a nice welcome and change to the Mario series. Call of Duty World War II just came out. I know a lot of people like to play those type of games, so that's why I'm recommending it. If you know somebody that likes to play Call of Duty, then you can probably get them Call of Duty World War II. Star Wars Battlefront. I have a hard time recommending this one if you want to whip out the credit card and buy a lot of the DLC, or unless you want to grind for hours on end for a character that you want. But anyway, Star Wars Battlefront is a fun game, mostly, and the grind is kind of worth it in the end, but not that much. The final game I'd like to recommend is Assassin's Creed Origins. It takes place in Egypt, and it's on sale right now on the PlayStation Store for really cheap because of the Black Friday sale. I think it's still going on, but you may want to hurry. Hello everybody, and this is Movie Screening about upcoming movies that you may or may not want to see. So let's get right down to it. The first movie on our list is Thor Ragnarok, which is already out. It is about the Marvel superhero Thor and his adventures in Asgard. Now this adventure does involve a lot of action, and it's a superhero movie, so if you're not into superhero movies or action movies in general, do not watch this movie because you will not enjoy it because it's just a superhero movie. It's going to be awesome, it's going to be funny, and it's going to have a lot of fight scenes. Justice League is the next superhero movie based off of DC Comics, and it's after Batman vs. Superman, and basically it's how the Justice League is handling things after what happened in Batman vs. Superman. Not going to give away spoilers, but you don't really need to see Batman vs. Superman to figure out what's going on in Justice League. It's based on Batman and Wonder Woman. Now, the one I'm most excited for is Star Wars The Last Jedi, which is coming out sometime in December, and it's basically picking up where The Force Awakens left off, where Rey finds Luke Skywalker and gets some Jedi training. If you ever read a book called Wonder in the 6th grade, well, that's being turned into a movie. It's about a kid with a facial disfiguration who goes to an 5th grade class, and it's about what happens to him. It's an inspiring tale, definitely, and it also definitely teaches you how to be kind to others. Very, very worth watching. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle is not a sequel. It's not a remake, and it's not a sequel of the original Jumanji. I mean, you can technically call it a sequel, but the only thing I can really see about it being connected to Jumanji is the title and the Alan Parsons name being mentioned in it. It's basically where these kids find an old Atari game or an old video game console, and they get sucked into it and become the avatars that they picked, and they have to survive Jumanji. Lady Bird is about a mother who is also a nurse trying to keep her family afloat in California, but her daughter Lady Bird, that's what she goes by, is making things really difficult for her. Despite their similar personalities, they have yet to get along very well. Coco is the next movie that we have. It's a Pixar movie. It's basically about a boy who wants to play music, but his family's just like, no, you shouldn't play music. And he goes to the land of the dead and finds out his true ancestry and why his parents and his family don't play music anymore. The Shape of Water is an M. Night Shyamalan film, which, if you've seen his recent Split, he seems to be on a good rise for movies lately. Anyways, The Shape of Water is about a mute maid working in this government facility, and she finds out the secret humanized creature, and she bonds with this creature. And they find out that the government and the marine biologist that looks over this creature has some very sinister plans. Anyways, that has been a movie screening for today. And go watch some movies. It's a really nice, fun, family, friend activity you can do, and you have something to talk about for weeks on after.